Believe it or not, every 45 minutes a child visits the ER because of a television tipping over. To help us prevent these injuries and teach us about how we can protect our kids, here's a PSA we'd like to show you.
More and more families are purchasing new TVs for their homes. The question is, what do parents do with the old TV? Well, Cindy? Cindy? Yeah, you. What are you going to do with that old TV? I hope we're going someplace safe. This isn't safe. I should be on a low and stable piece of furniture so I can't tip over. Ouch, Cindy, can we talk about this first? This is no place for a television. Cindy, really? You did not just give this to your neighbor.
Recycling your old TV is easier than you think. Find out how at safekids.org. This message is brought to you by Safe Kids Worldwide and the Consumer Electronics Association.
Our friends at Helen DeVos Children's Hospital and Safe Kids want to help keep our kids safe. Jennifer is joining us right now. And, you know, I'm thinking about this and it's like, shame on me. This never even crossed my mind that this could be such a dangerous thing to have in our homes.
Absolutely. And, you know, the number of television injuries is hugely on the rise because so many families are having multiple televisions in their home now. We may have a big old television and we replace it with a new flat screen, but we can't quite bring ourselves to quite get rid of it. So then we think, well, this would be okay in Bobby's bedroom.
Right, perfect for the kids to watch movies on or play video games.
So then what becomes the most dangerous piece of that is we take this big heavy television and we put it up on a piece of unstable furniture. When we are having televisions in our home, it is so important that we strap them to the wall and we keep them on low furniture. If you looked at this television here off of this table that it's on, if this television fell off this table, it would be like around about a child falling out of 5 stories out of a building. That's how much force is going to be coming down.
You're kidding. How much does this TV weigh?
It's roughly about 35, 36 pounds.
So it's not that heavy.
No, I mean, it's heavy enough that it can do a lot of damage. But it is so important that you do not put these televisions up on unstable furniture. It is also something to think about that parents don't realize there's a way to prevent this. There's a great option to mount your television to the wall, to use furniture straps. So I actually stopped by Decker & Sons. I grabbed a couple things.
A furniture strap, hey, I wouldn't even think of it.
Yeah, so these are some of the different types of television mounts. This one is just a flat mount. It goes up against the wall. The television is strapped to it, therefore can't fall. This one has this motion mount, you know, so you can put it fancy in your room and swivel it around and stuff. So there's different ways. There are very simple straps that are sold to kind of in a Y shape. Many of the televisions have screws down low that you can attach it to, but definitely making a way to secure that television so it can't fall.
Now, you know, flat screens, I think about those, and they're cool, but I have watched lots of little kids run to them. They want to touch them.
Absolutely.
They want to play with them.
Yeah, that's another misconception is parents often think, oh, if I have the big TV, that's when it's a problem. But all different televisions have issues. Our big wide screens are on very narrow bases.
Yes, they are.
And they can tip so easily. They're not nearly as heavy, but they can still fall at such a force it can cause injury to our kiddos. So mounting them to the wall, bracing them. If you happen to put it on a bigger piece of furniture that's not low and sturdy, strapping the furniture to the wall and the television. And you know, it's something to think about. You don't want to always put holes in the wall or things, but it can prevent a major injury or death.
Well, and this is one of those situations where I would look at this and think, you know what, that will never happen in my house because, you know, I know what I'm doing. My kids aren't going to climb up the furniture, but I can see where this could be an easy situation for a kid to get into a lot of trouble.
Absolutely, especially, you know, if you keep the remote control up next to it, they have to climb to get it. It can happen very, very quickly. And most of the time when there was a research study done by Safe Kids and they talked with families who experienced television tipovers, the parents were in the same room. And it was so quick that they didn't know how to
So you're not
going
to be able to get off that couch, race over and grab the TV. It's not happening.
Absolutely. I struggled to carry it in here today and I thought, if this fell on my 3-year-old, I don't want to think about that. You know, I told my kids I might push it off the table on purpose so it wouldn't come back home with me. I think maybe I should.
I think it'd be a great visual. You know, but I really like, at Helen DeVos, you are all about kids' safety.
Absolutely.
So you're telling us, first of all, don't put this on a high dresser.
Absolutely
no place
not.
tippy.
Right.
And then strap it down.
Absolutely.
And again, I wouldn't think about strapping it down, but we need to.
You know, and flat screens, big televisions, anything, heavy furniture, bookcases, all of that stuff can tip over and cause injury to our kiddos. And you know, over the past 10 years, we're talking about 123,000 kids that have been injured by televisions falling. And that number is drastically risen, almost 31% in the last year.
So even if we're grandparents, daycare providers, we have to do what we can do.
Absolutely.
Jennifer, thank you so much for keeping our kids safe.
You're
thank
welcome.
you.